So, a creature for my amusement. Prepare for battle.
Well, it's nighttime, don't you know? There's a place you need to go. Grab your gal and grab your bow, 'cause it's time for the secret show. If you're feeling sad and low, and you're running out of dough, make it quick, don't take it slow, and head for the secret show. It's time for the secret show!
Indeed it is. It is time for the secret show. It is I, your host, Uncle Warren. It is 11:11 here in the Central Time Zone. Make a wish. Don't tell anybody. It's like the birthday wish. If you tell anybody, it won't come true. Although I've never told mine to anybody, and it still hasn't come true. But someday I'll have that 4-foot pecker I always wanted. Oh dear. Too much information. Indeed. Yes, let's say hi to everybody before I forget that there's people here. Of course, we got CBC voter in the house. What's going on? Good to see you. Got Yipper. Yipper's here. And Rick, of course, taking a break from hell. Chuck's floating out there in outer space where he should be. Stephanie is here. Hello, Stephanie. Welcome. Hi, and hello to you. Who else we got up in here? Oh, we got Willie Bragg. Willie Bragg slumming it at work, but he's finding time to listen to the show. We appreciate you. Max Sarjay is here. My illegitimate child Prop is here. Anonymous, good to see you. Kate says she'll be late getting to the secret show. Her husband wants head. Well, I'm sorry, her husband wants her to hang out with him. I just assumed that she was just going to give him a handy at least. Hey, I'm just saying, get yours while you can before, the nukes or the big rock from the sky comes and gets us. Come on, I got big money riding on the rocks. Yeah, it's us here. If you're new, some of you might be new. Don't go away. Stay here and enjoy the show, because we have foul jokes on this show. You'll understand why. So yeah, just do as the chicken says, and nobody gets hurt. We all get out of this alive. We all get to go back to our families and hopefully put this unnecessary incident behind us. Right? So just obey the chicken and nobody gets hurt. Speaking of chickens, let's check into Chicken City. Chicken City's showing that sweet, sweet chicken ass. Look at that. Except for the one over here on the left. This one right here. This bird on the left there is showing their face. Look, everybody else is showing the money makers, girl. What are you? You think you're better than everybody just because you got a full-time job? What a jerk. Nah, this chicken's all right. I like that's Chicken City. That's up in Canada, over there in the east coast of Canada. Oh, Canada, we smell like Putin, yeah. No, sorry, not Putin. Poutine. Big money, big money, big money. Deport all the billionaires. I like that. But aren't they just going to make money somewhere else? Kathy Powers over on Facebook. She says, I have some open mic poetry. Uh-oh. You have to share that, Kathy. We are all about in that life. Yeah, we figured that out, Ed. Thanks for the update, though. Yeah, so I had this last week we had this little guy for the microphone because he was right there. But we can't do that this week. But he still sees us. He still looks into our souls and sees nothing but hate and pain. The way he likes it. You stay down there. Stay out of trouble there, little mister. We got some weird stuff for you. I thought we might, if we got time and I feel like it, I thought we might go over some of the some of the bigger stories this year. I know I did that on morning extra, but I don't know. We might do it again. We'll see. We have a few videos to go through. Yeah, he needs a top hat for the new. Okay, very good. See, Rick, that's why you're concierge of hell, right? You know, you don't own it because you don't really want that responsibility because you don't really make a profit out of it, but you get to run some of the mechanisms, and that's what's great. It's delightful. So I ran across this on the tweeters. This is from ExtraBulla Media or ExtraByte. I don't know how you'd say that. Wait a minute. Again with the thing. Yeah, so this is ExtraBulla, XTRYB _ media on the tweeters. So these are things that they were wild in the past, these little mechanisms. I don't know why they still don't have them. So this is a toaster, right? So you stick your bread in there like so, and then watch the magic happen. Watch, you put the bread in there, see? Then you hit the button to flippity-doo-dah. Look at that. Look at that science. What kind of witchcraft is that? It makes toast. See? Ooh. And then it starts over. Yeah. So that was a toaster from like 100 years ago. Isn't that cool? Moose, welcome back. You said, I've used more than 99 balloons in my life. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Oh, have you? Balloons? I know what you're talking about. You're talking about wrapping that rascal, aren't you? So this, I thought this was pretty cool. This is a candle snuffer from the 1840s. So it's like a timer, right? You put it on the thing, and then whoop. So yeah, it's not very long. So yeah, so you got this thing. It's spring loaded, I guess, kind of a band spring there. You put that down there. You put it right there, and then when it gets to a certain point, boom, Bob's your uncle. That's pretty cool. So that way you didn't burn the house down at night. If you forgot to turn off the lights, well, you know, you got the little thingity beep, 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 beep. Now, I've seen a modern version of this. This is the old apple peeler. Yeah, you just stick it on the old spokes there in the middle. Then you flip that thing around there, and it just turns around with it. Isn't that cool? They're all plastic now, though. But this is like the OG. That's pretty cool, huh? You like apples? You like those apples? This is seats on, what year is this from? This was from 1868, the old apple peeler there. This is seats on an airplane in 1930. Look at that. There's just regular ass chairs, and they got like, it's like a bus with wicker chairs. What's up, Jessica? Good to see you, dear. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I ain't flying in that, but that's what happened back in 1930. This is a reusable grocery list from the 50s. I guess you take these little things and you flip the pointer over to what you want, right? You got to pick up some mustard. Yeah, I'm gonna flip this thing over, and there you go. This is a pencil sharpener from 1896, planetary pencil pointer sharpener. So it did all this fancy shit. And then we had these in the 80s too, but it was a little more streamlined. We didn't have this fancy shit with the smaller, whatever the hell that is. Old toasters had asbestos insulation, really? So you could get mesothelioma from a toaster? Well, that's fucked up. This is King Carlo Alberto's Royal Italian Writing Desk.
Or read you had an extra slope. Then on the sides, you press buttons, and a secret drawer comes out.
Secret drawers.
Press another button on the inside, And secret
More
drawers come out
secret
on the end.
drawers.
You press a button on the side, the lion heads come out.
Look at that.
On the other side of the desk, which we've just turned around, what we have here is Socrates. And then you press a button further
It's a
here.
secret Socrates.
And 2 more drawers come out.
That's where you
Another
put your
drawer at the
weed.
top. Press a button. More drawers.
Look at that shit.
And then you press another button and another one. Every desk needs a centerpiece. And here's the centerpiece for this one, where you open it up, the drawers come out. Of course, these are secret that lock. And then even the center drawer comes out.
What
which
would you
is
even
secret.
put in
On
there?
The top of it is an eagle, which is a symbol of the Roman Empire. Of course, the strength of.
I mean, what, you put pills in there? I mean, that's little peas. You don't, uh-oh, I'm stuck. You don't, I don't know what you'd put in there. You could only hide tiny things, like teeny tinies. I don't get that one bit. So yeah, that was Wild Things from the Past. ExtraBulla Media. I know, right? I would do the same thing. Like, you know, put my car keys in there or something in my, you know, like which micro drawer did I put it in? But that's like, I guess if you're like hiding like signet rings and shit like that, little small, like, but valuable stuff, I guess. I mean, if you're into that sort of thing, I mean, I am. I'm kind of like that. So I don't know. There's people out there. This is not really a good segue, but you know me. You can't all be gems. So, you know, there's people out there that have cold hands like all the time. You may know somebody like that. You may have a loved one or someone close to you who has really cold hands. And well, you know, there's others out there like you who have cold hands. So there's help. And this nice lady, is going to show us how, you know, you can cope with it. So this is about cold hands and not warm hearts.
My name is Grace and I have cold hands. People think having cold hands is no big deal, but if only they knew how dangerous it could be.
Hey babe, you ready for our date?
Yeah, I'm so excited. Warm-handed people, or warmies, think it's so easy to not be cold. Just put on a sweater, turn up the heat. It's not that simple. The only relief I have for my cold hands is body heat. And since my boyfriend froze to death, I've had to take desperate measures. Hey there, warm stuff. Want to come back to my house and snuggle under a blanket?
No thanks, I'm not interested.
Oh, come on, it'll be fun.
No means no.
Seriously, look at what you're wearing. I mean, you're just asking me to warm my hands on you.
It's just
Us
asking
cold-handers
for it.
have a saying. Sorry, my hands are so cold. It's been like this since I was 1 year old. Girls with cold hands. We have good personalities because we have bad circulation.
I think that's the thing. Cold hands, warm heart. Yeah, I don't think that's the thing. I think cold hands would probably, you're a serial killer or something. I don't know. That was content _ on the YouTubes there. When your girlfriend has cold hands, diabetes hands. Oh, you won't grow any older and you won't ever die because you got the diabetes. Me and my horse, we got the diabetes. Everybody. I gave everybody the diabetes because of Wilford fucking Brimley, motherfuckers. That was uncalled for. That was unnecessary, salty language. Yet, it happened, and there's not really anything we could do to change that. Yet, you're still here. So, there's hope for, there's hope for us all. You know, there's new people these Gen Alpha people. They got into this little language. I'm not bothering to learn any of these young people's languages, right? There's skibbities and somebody's gleaming, glizzing, jizzing. I'm not learning any of that stuff. I'll say it because it's funny to say out of context, but I'm not going to respect it. So, I can be an old person that those people can hate. Because I don't wish to listen to their nonsense. But our friend who does want to listen to it and make fun of it is Stanzi Potenza, this comedian chick that I fell in love with her humor. And she makes me laugh on the inside, and that's where it counts. So this is her vision of the future, and her being a Gen Alpha grandma, because that's a thing, right? So let's enjoy this for a minute.
When I was your age, we had a phone application called TikTok before the microchip implant. Did I ever tell you that your grandfather glazed me for a whole 3 years before I gave him a chance? Like a total simp. I thought he was a mid-NPC before I realized he was goated on golf. Nobody mewed better than him. He rizzed me up good. And then one day, he was drafted into World War III. Whenever he would get service in the trenches, we would send each other memes. He said, if I don't get unalived by my ops, let's hard launch on the gram. This man who I thought was Skibbity Riz Ohio turned out to have infinite aura points of baby Gronk to my Livy Dunn. You're probably too young to know who they are. One day you'll find a Sigma of your own, dear.
I don't know what the fuck. What was Skibbity Riz? Glazed means like overly flattering someone. Oh, okay. Very nice. Glaze. I've been glazing. Oh, so you've been so you've just been like glowing, like glowing accolades for someone, right? That's what that means. Glazed. I just think of glazed as donuts. I like glazed donuts. I'll overly flatter a donut if it's free, because I like free donuts. I'm kind of scared to play this one because I don't know how you react. I don't know how you are with new things. This is just bizarre. So basically, these people are playing D&D. It's only a minute. I'm not gonna rob you of your time too much with these things. But this is about a minute, and it's basically someone animated a portion of a Dungeons and Dragons session. So and the it's kind of funny. I don't know why, but it just is. It feels funny. So who is this by? This is Legends of Avantris on the YouTubes. This is D&D animated Krampus versus Gorilla. Wait a minute. Urban Dictionary says glazed is covered in female juices. Oh my. You mean like if she's just naturally lubricated, or do you mean like if she squirts? Because that's like two different things. If she's just naturally lubed, that means her donut's glazed. Her donut's glazed. But if she's squirting, that's something else. Oh, you want me to play the video?
Gryla is a giantess, gigantus,
It's all about the interesting.
She's got a husband.
Just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score.
She's been able to summon the Krampus.
Oh no, that happens to me once a month. I was gonna say something about Krampus in my pants. Bitsy beat me to it. Hers was funnier. What's the Krampus?
He's not scary, because he's scarier than Gorilla. If they fought, which one would win?
Would you rather fight one Krampus-sized gorilla or 50 gorilla-sized Krampuses? Is it Krampa?
I'm gonna roll on the naughty table, every single one of you.
That's nerds for you, man. I used to play D&D, and but we nobody animated us, So I thought that was pretty. I don't know. I thought the Krampus thing was funny, and the guy with the Krampus in his pants. Hey, fuck you. It was funny. It was all right. A female juices. What's up, Miguel? Look at you lurking. You lurking mofo. We were talking about glazing and skibbity. What's skibbity? What's risen? Look, if it's an Easter thing, like he has risen, is that right? Look, I'm just trying to get educated too here. Don't look too much into glazing. All right, we're off of glazing. What is Riz? Riz is like swagger. Rick, how do you know all this? Do you learn all this shit in hell on your job? Do like all the cool people tell you what all the cool new lingo is? I mean, that's cool. I'm not jelly. Me and my friend here are not jelly. So that means jealous. I don't think people say jelly anymore. I never said jelly. I thought that was kind of stupid, but you know. It's all good. Hey, listen, there's this English guy, and his name is Richard Sales, and he's very when he describes things, he tends to get emotional, and so this is about bread, because now he's going to get emotional over this bread, because for reasons. Because he's like that. I think he's very funny in his reactions.
Right, you won't believe what's inside this. What do you mean bread? It's a fish. Well, it was a fish. It's a sliced fish. Oh, is that cake or a bread? What the hell?
Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool?
From Bloody Mario or whatever. Oh, it's a panda insect or insert. How do you make the bread look like that on the inside? It's bloody Snoopy.
It's bloody Snoopy.
Oh, hello. Hey, I don't want no drama with you. A brown alligator, though.
Look.
Why is it red inside? Who's it been munching on? Is that not an avocado? Avocado! Is this bread? Oh, the little smart. A Nintendo Switch. Someone switched on. Hey, hello, mate. Why does that look dodgy? Why is someone's head?
Oh no.
I don't get what's going on. Oh, it's a teddy bear. And a little starfish. Mario again.
That's pretty cool. That's all that Mario shit. Yeah, that was Breads. Yeah, that guy is funny. I like that guy. He's this is Sara Lee Artisan Bread. You gotta keep up with the times. Oh, is that why you know? Is it cake? Is it cake? What, no Luigi fascist? Yeah. No, I just thought that's cool. I mean, how people do that. You have to put that in the middle of the batter to work like that. That's some sort of voodoo that I have no control over, and I don't intend to try to control that. But that's almost like cake that you don't want to eat because it's art, but not me. I'll eat that fucking cake. I'll eat that cake all day long. And by cake, I do mean the traditional, and I do mean a big juicy ass. That's cake too. That's what the kids call cake. They used to. I don't think they call it cake anymore. They probably call it like Rizzy Scooby Dooby or something like that. These kids are weird. I was talking to somebody about making Bloody Marys. You guys like Bloody Marys? You ever any Bloody Mary fans? I know some of you aren't. Cake, I like the band too, but I wouldn't want to eat the band. Bloody Marys are like, they're either really good or they're really bad. I don't think there's any in between. I don't think there's a mid-range Bloody Mary, but it's delicious if you like tomato juice and booze. Booze, delicious. Yeah, so our friend here from the north, this guy, what's his name? Oh, Charlie Barons. He does like the Wisconsin dad guy, which is very funny. Or, he's talking like this, like he's from Fargo, eh? Well, so he's back to give us a lesson on how to make a Wisconsin Bloody Mary.
Bloody Mary's a drink that says, yeah, I'm drinking at 10 a.m., but I put celery in it, and that's got to count for something. Now, to make a Bloody Mary, you'll need vodka, tomato juice, an ice fishing weight, a nail, and of course, your buck knife. And if you're missing any of those things, you'll be absolutely fine. Now, the main thing my Grandpa Bob taught me about Bloody Marys is you want to have them spicy. Spicy enough to sweat out your sins. Oh, shoot. Some of you are saying, I already hate your Bloody Mary, and that's okay. You don't have to drink it. You just got to remember, the more you mess up, the more booze you have. I'm just going to eyeball 2 shots here. Now grab your hammer and get some ice. Now when it comes to tomato sauce, you just take whatever tomato sauce you got lying around. Check the expiration date last month, and you roll the dice. Now some people are going to tell you use toothpicks on your garnishes, and those people have toothpicks at their house, okay? I still do not, but I did find this nail. Put the nail through the pickle, through the cheese, through the tomato, take your ice fishing weight, clamp it to one side of the garnish, and boom, you're sitting pretty, okay? Yeah, I could use a little less Worcestershire sauce.
Charlie Barons. That guy's funny. Him and the friend, and him and the kid when he's yelling at the kid and the kid's stupid. He used that Clamato. Ooh, Clamato. I don't know. I don't like making Bloody Marys. I do like drinking them though. And I've had some good ones, but I've had some bad ones too. And the bad ones, no bueno. You don't want to waste liquor on that. That's for sure. Clamato is used in micheladas. What's a micheladas? I would love to make one, right? But I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk the chance of ruining booze. That's like with me and weed. I don't like to waste weed. I don't like to waste booze. Just add more liquor. That's right. If you fuck up, just add more liquor. And let the chips fall where they may. I guess they're good for like if you're eating like chicken wings or something like that. There's a good boozy kind of drink to go with the kind of food to go with that kind of stuff. So. Do you want to go on a date with me sometime? We can't talk about your bad gaming stream attempts. No, I can't. I don't go out with minors. So, I think you're still in preschool, right? Still wearing diapers. Comedian Sammy Obeid wrote a poem for Luigi with Gen Z lingo. It's hilarious. That's not how you spell it, idiot. When you dig it in the ground, your underage workforce working in the mines. You're a minor. Oh, that's funny. So this next one I thought was good. This is, what's this guy's name? Ronan GT, on the YouTubes. And, this kind of falls in the same vein of the, how people were using ivermectin during the pandemic, but this is some pretty good stuff. So just listen what he has to say.
I'm not trying to get sued or assassinated by Big Pharma. So with that being said, the following statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. The products and treatments here have not been proven to cure any disease or illness. You should definitely not try this at home, and everything I say beyond this point is allegedly. For like the past 4 days, Miss Ho's had this really bad infected ingrown toenail. Now don't get me wrong, it happens to the best of us. I've had them before. Usually I just drown mine in rubbing alcohol and it's gone within a day. But this wasn't working for Miss Ho, and it was getting bad. Like it was super red. Like everything nasty that comes along with an infection, I'm not gonna gross you out. So I told her she should just bite the bullet, go over to ER. or convenient care. Get it taken care of by a professional. So she breaks down last night and she calls the local convenient care. They tell her they can't remove the toenail, but they'll prescribe her some antibiotics or something. But I don't know if y'all been keeping up with recent events, but the healthcare here in the United States, insurance is just so top notch here. But I must be a one-off or something because, my prescriptions are always just like astronomically expensive. I don't know, maybe my prescriptions are out of network. Maybe my deductible's not been met. Maybe they're still processing the claim. I don't know. Miss O reaches out to a work buddy of hers and tells her that she should get this spray. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, we'll go by CVS tonight, buy some antiseptic. And Miss O's like, no, it's not at CVS. We got to go to Rule King. Me, still being naive at heart, I'm thinking, oh, okay, maybe it's a special brand that only Rule King sells. They sell first aid supplies, right? Nope. When we get there, we pass up the first aid supplies. I'm kind of confused. And we make our way into the pet section, into the veterinarian section. Miss O grabs this bottle of spray, and on the front of this thing, it has a horse, a pig, and a goat. I look at Miss O and say, I know we're big people and all, but we are none of the three animals on the front of this bottle. Miss O looks at me, confident, with her whole chest, and says, humans are animals too. I mean, scientifically, I can't argue with that. But we typically reserve eating cat food for like zombie apocalypses. You know what I'm saying? So she buys it. She takes it home. She puts a little drop on her toe. I want y'all to know that this woman questions everything I tell her. But without hesitation, drops some veterinarian ointment on her toe. Now, y'all, yesterday she could barely walk on it, okay? It was red. It was pussy. It was nasty. This morning, it looks slightly irritated. She's up moving around like nothing happened. Now, I'm not saying it works. I'm definitely not saying y'all should go try it. I'm just saying there's reasons why people are going around clapping healthcare CEOs. That bottle cost us like $8. A prescription for antibiotics would have been at least $25. Someone needs to fix it. I love you, beautiful people. Y'all stay petty.
Yeah. So, and that was the thing during the pandemic. People were trying all kinds of shit because the healthcare in this country sucks, and it's expensive too, right? It's like getting a hooker that doesn't put out, but the hooker's real expensive. Yeah, $8, I'll risk it. Yeah, it's just a spray. Look up comedian reacts to Luigi terror charge on YouTube. Poem starts at 7:42. Okay. Yeah, I mean, before the American Medical Association came along, homeopathic remedies were the thing. And then they said, no, you got to make sure that the AMA approves it. That's what, yeah, these doctors and shit and then when they wanted to sell drugs, right? And that makes sense. Why people would turn to that kind of stuff in desperation. You can't afford regular human shit, so you're going out and buying this stuff, and it worked. It worked for that guy. I mean, yeah, people used to, and I mean, probably within the last 30 years, people would laugh at you if you were doing some shit with like crystals and stuff like that. I don't know if crystals work or not. I make fun of Marianne Williamson. I always call her the Crystals and Orbs 2024 lady. But, I do think that there's some sort of something to crystals, I think. I don't know if it's in the way that these, Bodhi tree type bookstore, places sell. But I think there is something to crystals, I just don't think, and I think they may have some sort of healing powers too, but I just don't know what they do specifically. That's right, baby. You remember the book lady? It was a book tour disguised as a presidential campaign, a veily thinned, campaign, and the guy's right. It's like you saw these people having sympathy for Luigi for what he did. They're not saying they do it themselves, but they understand why he did it. People are stopping being hypocrites now. They're starting to speak more plainly, which I think we should be. This whole niceties and talking in niceties things, I can't stand that shit because Just get to the fucking point. You know, let's stop with this nicety shit, you know, like this. I think we need to be talking in hard terms about shit. Because shit is real. It's real hard out there. You shouldn't be speaking softly about stuff. Well, now I don't want to say this, but you know, I don't want to be negative. Well, like, it's hard to be positive when shit is just nothing but negative, right? Yeah, so that guy made some good points in that video about, you know, people know it's a scam too. They know pharmaceuticals is a scam. That they're way overpriced on purpose. They don't have to be overpriced. The problem is the stuff we talk about will break people away from us. Well, until shit starts happening to them. That's the thing. We're very reactionary people. We're more reactionary than we are empathetic, right? I mean, a lot of us will say that we care about somebody. We don't want them to go through whatever they're going through, and that we feel their pain. But unless we actually go through that pain that person goes through, we don't really know what they're going through, you know. And to say that you know, you can really say that you can only imagine, and even then you can't really imagine because you're not in that person's mindset. You're not seeing life through their eyes. Finger man. No, you're just in time. We had a few videos. We still got more stuff. I'm just trying to bring up stuff I care with my family, and it just drives them away, and I can't treat my family how I treat people online. That's true. Well, you got to do the old pill in the biscuit for the pup. You know what I mean? That's what you kind of have to do for people like that. You have to put the information in something that they recognize as friendly to them, and then once they take it, you say, "Ha ha! Now you know the truth." And some people you're just not going to be able to change. You're not going to be able to change them. And it's particularly sad when it's family members too, you know. But when you know the truth, you know the truth. And, you know, you try to tell people that you care about, that you love. And if they don't listen, you know, what are you going to do? You're going to put a gun to their head and make them listen? You can't do that. You can't do any of that. Yeah, we look better on the big screen anyway, man. This is 1080p. Come on, man. We ain't fucking around here. Wait, Choozy's here? When did Choozy showed up? Choozy, I didn't even know you were here. I didn't see your, like, 6-volume novel that you normally put. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I understand, Prop, but you gotta pick your battles with people. That's why I say, you know, sometimes it's great to call out people for being shitty, but then, you know, if it doesn't really do any good, you know, then it just kind of sounds like you're virtue signaling, you know. So it's a matter of communications and how you talk to people. It's how how successful comedians talk to their audiences, right? They know how to talk to them. They know it's know your audience. They know their audience, right? And, you know, like I said, with people like that, you just have to put the truth inside something that they can swallow, and hopefully they get the information. Meanwhile, here's some information that may or may not be helpful to you, but we're going to pass along anyway. This is the best advice ever from LVXXVIII. I'm sure that means something, but I don't really care to look up the backstory. Anyway, it's knowledge. Enjoy yourselves. We'll watch it. It's only a minute. Don't hurt me.
If you step on a rusty nail, you'll get tetanus and die. To prevent this, whenever you see a rusty nail sticking out of a board, go ahead and remove that nail. With the nail removed, we can reinsert a new clean nail back into the board. Now, we can safely step on this nail and not have to worry about getting tetanus.
I don't want to step on the nail. Why would
Moving on. The screwdriver is a great tool, but it's kind of long and hard to fit into tight places. Instead, I like to use something smaller, like the Milwaukee cordless screw gun. Simply move the obstruction, then drive the screw all the way in.
But if you could move that, then when you...
Next up, we have a hole in the end of our board that we need to remove.
I don't understand
the best way to do
these.
this is by cutting the hole off with your skill saw. But first, we need to secure the board with a screw.
This is...
With the board secured, go ahead and cut off your hole with your skill saw.
You cut off your hole.
All right, now we can remove this screw. Notice that we now have another hole in the end of our board.
So now we gotta get rid of that. Yeah, don't try any of that, folks. That's probably not good. Wait, what happened? My sisters proved over and over and over that they have no interest in being saved, and they already cooked their souls. They can have satanic solstice, scrotal rupture, rapture all to themselves. I didn't miss it. Wait, that happened to you, Miguel? You had a scrotal rupture, rapture? I don't think so. Yeah, best do it yourself ever. Wait a minute. Fucking A reading that. I read some of the choosies. Sometimes I think if I read choosies words that it'll be some sort of incantation and it'll conjure up some some cash or something. Cause it looks like some sort of incantation, right? Maybe, sort of. I don't know. Choosy says, I'm not a communist, but all clothing should be standard and modular. So, like, if your zipper fails, you could unzip it and zip a new one in. Wait, what? The fuck, man? Choosy, I don't know what I think I probably just turned a dog into a pigeon with that one. We should just have a show where we just read Choosy's chats. What's up, D? Good to see you around the world. D and friends on a Saturday night. SATURDAY night. You guys like dumb criminals? I know you do. You like all kinds of dumb shit. That's why you watch this show. Stepping on rusty nails. That's when I told my mistress no. The rusty nail is urban slang for when you have sex with a woman. If you have a small penis and you have sex with a woman who's on the rag and you pull out and yeah, your nail's rusty. Willie says he's not communist, but he plays one on TV. No, wait, but many of his friends are. I want to play one on TV. I know, right? I can't. I look. It's like the Necronomicon, man. You can't just read all that shit, because then the space-time continuum splits, and then we got some Buffy the Vampire shit going on. And, and then we have to close all these portals to hell that Choosy inadvertently opened, talking about the Knights of Malta and their chocolate shakes that they like to drink. I don't think I added that last part. For those of you, the unwashed, who are unaware of what Choosy is, come join us here on the YouTube chat and read all the enchanting words of wisdom from Choosy. That's right, baby. Many peeps think you're the one. We're getting off track here. We got to get back on track. Look, I've got some dumb criminals for a dumb show, and it's only 50 seconds. So hold your breath. And pray to God this is over soon. But this is kind of neat.
These are some of the dumbest criminals of all time. In 2009, Joey Miller and Matthew McNelly attempted to rob an Iowa home using permanent marker as their disguise. But as the name suggests, permanent marker is rather difficult to remove, so the thieves were quickly recognized and arrested. In 2014, an Oregon woman named Sadie Johnson started a 5,000-acre wildfire that ended up costing the state $8 million. She later told authorities that her firefighter friends were bored and needed work. 2 Chicago men once tried to rob a restaurant with a squirt gun, but the owner told them to come back in an hour since he was too busy at the moment. So they did, and police were waiting for them. In 2010, 3 burglars thought they'd found a stash of cocaine while breaking into a Florida woman's home. They ended up snorting the ashes of a man and his 2 Great Danes.
Snorted the guy and his dogs. You were thinking of malt? You mean like malted milkshakes? Malted nights of milkshakes? Choosy. All right, we'll read one more. Fuck it. We're here. You're thinking of drinking big brown cows and getting out of here regarding the Knights of Malta. I knew the fucking Knights of Malta would rear their ugly heads at 2 Great Danes, right? They ain't small either. So these guys were snorting ashes of a dude and 2 dogs. And I'm sure there was a lot of ashes, and they probably snorted all of them. That's why you watch these shows, folks. It's because of weird shit like that. Yeah. I don't even know what the Knights of Malta are. Is that like are those the people that not the Knights of the Round Table? Who's the ones that did the Crusades and they had all that treasure and then they lost all that treasure? I think they started banking. What was their names? Anyway, I'm thinking of that. We have one more thing, and then we're going to get to our history lesson here shortly because we're coming up on an hour. So it's Solid JJ. I love the Solid JJ cartoons because they take my favorite cartoons from when I was a kid and they twist them the fuck up the way they should be. No, but who's the ones that had the treasure? What were they called? The Knights of, that wasn't the Knights of Malta. Now you're going to get me stuck on Choosy's nonsense. I ain't doing that. I'm not getting stuck in a Choosy black hole. All right. You guys want to do that. That's up to you. So this is Solid JJ, and this is Plastic Man wanting to join the Super Friends. Chaos ensues. This is a little bit of a long one, about 3 minutes.
So you're interested in joining the Justice League?
That's right, Slick.
Okay, well, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, what is there to say? The name's Plastic Man. Real name, Patrick Eel O'Brien. Eel, like the fish.
That's your real name?
That's my real name, yes. And as the name implies, I'm quite a flexible guy. The superhero name. Look, see? Far out!
Amazing! What else can you do?
Oh, buddy, just about anything. I'm all rubber. I can do literally anything with this body of mine. I can turn into a spring. I can stretch my arms. And what?
So that's it.
I mean, yeah. What is it? There a problem?
No. I guess it's just like you said anything, and you showed me like 2 things.
Well, there's other things I can do. You know, like if there's food and I don't have a fork, I can make my mouth form around the plate and eat it. I turned into a spring.
No,
I love
the
the
spring
spring.
was
I just
cool.
feel like normally that should be enough.
No, the spring thing was cool. I just don't know how often it is we need a man-sized spring, but now we have it. You know?
I'm sorry, I'm confused. I mean, it seems like you're disappointed.
I'm not disappointed. I just think that, you could definitely do a lot more with your powers.
I can?
It seems that you have complete control of your body, or you're infinitely flexible. I think the only thing limiting your ability is your imagination.
Really? Yeah, I mean, I bet you could change your shape into anything, like a chair or even another guy. I guess I really thought I peeked at the spring thing. I never gave it much thought.
Seriously, how have you not thought about this? I mean, I'm sure you could easily...
Hey, would you guys mind doing a quick background check while Superman and I talk over there for a second?
What? Right now?
It'll just be a second.
Batman, what is...
Can't let him join.
What? Why? Was it the spring thing? Because, yeah, that was really upsetting to see, but...
No, it's not that. Look, do you remember when I compiled a list of contingencies in case you all went bad? You know, how to kill all of you?
No, but thanks for reminding me, Dick.
Look, forget about that for a second, all right? The reason I mention it is because I profiled this guy a while back in case this day would come.
Dude, what the fuck is wrong with you, Bruce?
I have a lot of free time, but look, the point is, I don't have anything for this guy.
What?
I said I don't have anything for this guy. I mean, I've run the numbers. This guy's unbeatable.
You're kidding. The spring guy?
Well, that's just it. We've been fortunate enough that he's a complete dumbass, but as soon as he starts realizing what else he can do, none of us can stop him.
What, like becoming a bigger spring?
Just look at this!
What is this? He became a chicken?
Yes!
Okay, but why?
I don't know!
Alright, I'll admit that was weird, but just look before you eat. I mean, there's some distinct red flags in that chicken.
It's more than that. He can grow to any size, become anything, look like anyone. If he so wanted to, he could shrink down and crawl on your ass and then expand.
Whoa. Climb in my... Why the fuck would you say that?
It's true. I've seen the simulation.
But why ass? Why assume you'd start there? There's like 5 to 6 other ways you could get in your body.
Look, the point is we can't let him in, all right? You've already given him some new ideas of what he could do. Who knows what he might learn as a full-time member?
Right,
First thing
that
is
we
going
don't
to the
let in
ass.
the guy who could potentially become the greatest hero out of all of us because your computers couldn't conceive a way of brutally killing him.
Well, when you put it like that, maybe I just need better computers.
Batman.
All right, fine, but don't blame me when he starts slithering up your nose.
All right, we're back. How did that background check go?
Perfect. He's clean as a whistle.
Well, Plastic Man, I think I can speak for all of us that we'd love to have you in the team.
Really?
That's right, pal. Now let's make this official with a firm handshake.
Actually, wait, I need to come clean about one thing.
Oh, what's that?
I wasn't fully telling the truth. You see, I actually do have a criminal record. Look, when I was young, I got in with the wrong crowd, and I wanted to be accepted, and I jaywalked. Look, I just wanted to be clean about that, all right? I was 9, and it was only one time, but
Get out!
What?
Get out! Get out of here!
Only the one
Leave!
time.
Don't come back! Get out of here now! This is holy ground!
All right.
This is a
Oh my God,
holy
stop
crap.
that. You listen here and you listen here, good super friends. Jaywalking is a gateway drug. The thrill of crossing illegally, where does that go? Smack, heroin, another smack, more smacks. I mean, God, Flash, what kind of background check was that?
I'm sorry, I let Wonder Woman do
Oh,
it.
God damn it, she's mute. That's a running gag, Flash. It's a running gag.
Guys, come quick! It's a disaster! Doomsday's wrecking havoc all over the city! He's throwing barrels down from the sky and I can't reach him! If only we had some kind of human-sized spring to send the barrels back at him! Like Plastic Man, who should be here right now, right? You guys let him in, right? Guys?
Well, what you have done if you just shrunk down and crawled in your...
You shrunk down and crawled your ass. Yeah, that's solid, JJ. There on the tweeters. On YouTube there. So I always like their cartoons. It's always good stuff. We have a little time left here in the show. I just want to say, are we still talking about the Knights of Malted Milkshakes? Yeah, it was the Knights Templar. I always get those two confused when he talks about the Knights of Malta or the Order of Malta. I'm not reading all that. You're getting in a novel mode, and I gotta shut it down. So we can't do that. I thought we could go through. I found this thing on WikiLeaks, not WikiLeaks. Wikipedia. I know Wikipedia is a shitty site, but it had probably the most comprehensive list of things that happened this year, and I thought we could probably, kind of go through it a little bit. I mean, not, we don't have to go through everything, but we can just kind of read off what's going on. So, the Knights Templar and the Knights of Malta are the same thing. Shocked. Are they really? Well, you should just pick one name instead of being confusing like that. All right. So, like I said, take this with a grain of salt, but this is, we won't go into the stories themselves, but just kind of tell you. So, January 1st. And what they did is they broke down what was going on, like the Israeli Hamas war, the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. That's the Republic of Artsakh. The Republic of Artsakh officially ceases to exist in accordance with a decree signed by the former president Samvel Sharamanyan. Public Domain Day. What does that mean? Oh, that's right. The animated short film Steamboat Willie, the German language version of the novel All Quiet on the Western Front, and other works published in 1928 enter the public domain in the United States. Some chic breaks 4 Guinness World Records for hour-long fireworks displays. This was I was talking about this on the show the other day. The Noto earthquake in Japan that killed 55 people. Yeah. So these countries joined BRICS. I'm just trying to see some of the big stuff that happened. Let's see here. So this was around the start of the campus protests, I believe, with what was going on over there. So Claudine Gay resigns as president of Harvard University following controversial remarks she made during a congressional hearing on anti-Semitism and accusations of plagiarisms. There was a Japanese Airbus collided with a Japan Coast Guard Dash 8 aircraft. Oh yeah, this was I guess this was January 2nd. South Korean opposition politician Lee Jae-myung is stabbed in the neck on the train to Busan. If you've never seen that movie, that's a really good zombie movie. It's Train to Busan. It's really good. So we're getting into the third. 89 people killed and 284 others injured in a double bombing in Kerman, Iran. There's a Sierra Leone. Oh, that was from 2023. Oh, yeah. So the third was when they released the state of New York released unsealed documents containing the associates list of one Jeffrey Edward Epstein. Dun, dun, dun. 2 days left to play in 2024. Yeah, Popeye's in the public domain now, too. January 4th. Let's see, the siege of Khan Yunis. Oh, there was a subway derailment in New York in January 2024. I remember that. It's an F train, I think, right? Perry High School shooting. 3 people killed, 6 others injured in Perry, Iowa. It's always like the beginning of the year. You always forget about like what happened at the beginning of the year. You always think it was like last year or something, you know. So we go into the 5th. Oh, this is the Boeing Supermax, or the Max plane. That Alaska Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 9 aircraft loses a door section of its fuselage midair, makes an emergency landing in Portland, Oregon, with no major injuries. The FAA subsequently orders a temporary grounding of all 737 MAX 9 aircraft in response to the incident. The infamous Boeing losing the door meme. Let's see here. So on the 5th, the U.S. Supreme Court grants a writ of certiorari for former President Donald Trump's appeal of the Colorado Supreme Court ruling in Anderson versus Griswold regarding his presidential eligibility and schedules oral arguments for February 8th. Yeah, so a lot more bombing and killings and stuff. Mass shooting happens after an armed robbery inside a home in Reedley, California. I don't remember that. The victims were the 17-year-old suspect's neighbors. They go to South America with Choosy. Only if we go to Peru and we do the ayahuasca. I want to go to Peru with Choosy so we can do ayahuasca together. The Golden Globes. Oppenheimer wins 5 awards. Let's see. Some sports ball stuff. A lot of Hezbollah stuff. A lot of crashes. Oh, 2-year-long investigation conducted by the BBC accuses Synagogue Church of All Nations founder T.B. Joshua of rape and torture. That's nothing new, I guess. Oh, this was the farmers block highway access roads in parts of Germany, launching a week of protests against the government plan to remove tax breaks on diesel used in agriculture. French Prime Minister Elizabeth Borne resigns. Boy, France and Germany with the fucked up governments these days. According to Volkskrant, a Dutch engineer recruited by the General Intelligence and Security Service of the Netherlands, or GISN, released the malicious computer worm Stuxnet in an Iranian nuclear complex in 2007, disrupting the Iranian nuclear program for years. And then there's more sports ball stuff. President of Ecuador, Daniel Noboa, declares a state of emergency following the escape of Jose Adolfo Macias Villamar, leader of the Los Choneros drug cartel, from prison. Oh, yeah, I remember this. What was it? Was that the 6th? The 9th? South Korea bans the breeding and slaughter of dogs for consumption. Effective in 2027. So not for another 3 years. So they were trying to get Trump on these charges. Kind of like how they were trying to get Capone, how they couldn't get him on the liquor stuff, so they got him on tax evasion, I think. Yeah, Last Train to Busan. It's really good. There's a sequel to that too. It's okay, but the Train to Busan is probably the best one. A lot of these are just election stuff. I don't know if we'll go through the whole year, because this will probably take a while. We'll see. We're still in January. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, during the year, I guess some of the biggest stuff really happened towards the end of the year, right? You know, with the Luigi Mangione stuff, Syria getting taken out. Then of course Trump got reelected. Biden steps down a month before the election. Yeah, and then earlier in the year you had mostly just positioning in Russia and Ukraine with different battles going on, different territories being taken. With the end of it looking like it's coming pretty soon. In Ukraine. And unfortunately, I feel like from the way the rhetoric is going in Congress, even though I'm one of these people that doesn't feel like electoral politics does anything to help people, we still have to pay attention to those who are doing the bidding of the elites in Washington right now. And what they're looking at is, with these Republican majorities in the House and the Senate, and of course in the Supreme Court too, and with Trump coming in, I think you're gonna see a lot more heading towards China as far as like rhetoric of war. I don't think they're gonna go to war with China. I think they're gonna do the same thing they've been doing with Iran for years. It's just like threatening it because it's easy to campaign on and fundraise off of. It's like abortion, right? You talk about all these heavy-handed leaders over there. I mean, they're not going to invade. They're not going to put boots on the ground in Iran, and definitely not going to put boots on the ground in China, unless they're stupid. And of course, they are kind of stupid. So I could be wrong there. Maybe they are going to do that, but he's going to do these dumbass tariffs. He's already pissed off Canada and Mexico with that shit. Game.film, what's up? Happy Saturday and holidays to you too. Yeah, so there's going to be more fuckery from the Republicans this year, as we got from the Democrats, because they all feed from the same trough. They're all same pigs, eat at the same trough. As far as the new year is concerned, I think you're starting to see more and more people figure out that these wars are for resources and for the profits of certain corporations and not for the benefit of anybody. You're starting to see more people see through the rhetoric. Right? When somebody does ice a CEO of a healthcare company and you don't see an outpouring of an emotion for the CEO, rather you see it for the person who capped him. That's the tipping point here in this country, I think. Because now, even though they wouldn't do it themselves, would the people like to see other CEOs who are in these positions get? I don't think they'd be heartbroken if they went away. The only people who are heartbroken about all this are actual CEOs of other companies who think they might be next. I don't like violence, but we tried everything else. We tried the voting stuff. We tried to threaten them. Our representatives are gonna take care of you, mister. Well, see how that worked out. I mean, this is something you gotta look at, man. Kill your egregores. Good to see you. 2025, the year of dumb fuckery. Yeah, absolutely dumb fuckery. And people who have been dumbed down are taking part in it too, you know. Denver Attaway over on the Rock Fiend. Good to see you, brother. The one party masquerading as two enable each other and assure every election is won by the unitary corporate state. They're the big winner. They're the winner chicken dinner, right? Or the corporations. That's why I try to tell my libertarian friends, you know, they're still all about big business and stuff like that. I'm like, no, this is not the capitalism you seek. These are not the droids you seek. This is not the capitalism you seek. This is crony capitalism. This is bought and paid for capitalism, where if you're already rich, you've won the game. All you're competing is with a handful of other billionaires. There's no competition, really. And that's why you have all these monopolies. You have all these, you know, all these TV corporations, these TV stations and magazines, newspapers, radio, all put together into one company. It didn't used to be like that. I do remember the days before that when you had separate entities like that. Columbine shooting cause was ignored. Yeah, we need to raise and educate the ones who are dumbed down. That's the thing. Well, you're competing with propaganda that's been tried and true for decades, right? Whenever you're fighting that's something it's not easy. It's not easy to fight that propaganda. That it's just like molasses. It's very thick and viscous and sticky and hard to get off, right? Even you use soap and hot water and you're just scrubbing the shit and it's hard to get off. And that's the way it's designed. Over decades too. Yeah, what stops me from being libertarian is their economics. Willie says, yeah. It's ridiculous. Why can't we have a system in place that takes care of people, right? I'm not saying that you got to put them up at the Four Seasons, but you give people a decent house, you know, a decent home to live in, food, clothing, shelter, the basics, right? Where if you're in this country, you don't have to worry about where you're going to sleep tonight. You don't have to worry about what you're going to eat. You don't have to worry about, you know, if you're going to be able to get another job or that sort of thing. Just the basic stuff, right? But I saw this thing today, and they did this survey with people. It was in a class. It was like some psychiatry class. And they said, the teacher said, okay, I'm going to give everybody in the class a 95 for the year. But you all have to vote unanimously for it. And there was like 200 and something kids in the class. Like out of the 200 something kids, I think like 20 kids voted against it. And all of them voted against it because they didn't want people to have an equal share. They would rather take the test, take their chances than for someone else who may be dumber than them or not familiar enough with the material would get a lower grade otherwise. So it's this whole competition, survival of the fittest mentality with these people, where they still think we're animals. So what happens to society when the people still think they're animals or have reverted back to these animal instincts like survival of the fittest, where it's like, I got to get mine, you know, you get yours, I get mine, and there's no, you know, Or file for bankruptcy for getting sick or getting dick. Or maybe file for bankruptcy for getting dick too. You might get dicked over. Fake scarcity, yes. Like fake scarcity that drives the price of food up, right? They tell you about the, the bird flu, come get your chickens, it'll make them pricey. The chicken's pricey and them eggs is pricey. It's all control shit. You believe any of that, you're either propagandized to the hilt or you're just stupid. Because at this point, if you're not paying attention, then you don't really give a shit. And that's another way people, they are controlled. They're given, something shiny. Look over here. Shiny. It's shiny and pretty. You don't want to look at this real shit. All about diverting attention, controlling people's minds, getting them to vote and spend their money in ways they want them to spend their money and vote and control. Because then there's an illusion of democracy in this country. It's just an illusion. When you, like all this theater, when people talk about these politicians and stuff and who's voting for who and stuff, it's all kayfabe, man. We say this all the time, but it bears repeating because we need to tell other people this that don't understand this, that they are being played. No, you just got to work, you just got to be patient. You just got to work in this. I mean, we've been patient. We've been patient, maybe too patient. And that patient turns into frustration, which turns into anger, which turns into hate, which turns into actions. And that's how you get, people capped on the streets of New York City at 6:30 in the morning on their way to a healthcare conference. That's how you get stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. Look over here. Look at these pretty shiny lights in the sky. Old man Barker in the house. What's up? Been listening and playing Roblox with my daughter. Now she's singing friggin' Christmas carols. Well, you brought it upon yourself. You did that to yourself. For one thing, for having a kid in the first place, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I'm kidding. That's why I couldn't be a parent these days. I would be, those kids would have been taken away a long time ago. Sons of Liberty is most radical on YouTube. We just got to get people out of the mindset of the same old, and get them radicalized in the fact that having healthcare is not radical. Having basic needs met in a country that can afford it is not radical. It's just something you do. It's called progress. You don't have to take away from somebody in order to give to somebody else in this country. We can take care of people. We can still have the lives we want to lead, We just have to do things different. We have to get rid of the system that's totally, was built on the backs of slaves, right? This whole country being the greatest country on the planet. Yeah, when you got free labor, how can you not? And then after slavery was abolished, well, that's when the workers became the slaves, and they started screwing them over, and so you started getting, unions forming, for workers to stand up for themselves because they kept getting screwed over, right? Hiring kids at like 10 years old to go work in the coal mines. Come on. Can't do shit like that. You don't have kids that you know of? That's funny. It's embarrassing how the masses have been duped into that's how it's always been. Well, yeah, as long as I can remember. Think about it. As long as you've had TV and radio, as long as you've had commercials of any kind. Commercials can be benign, depending on what it is, but it's still it's designed to convince you to purchase a product. And will use any means necessary ethical or not, to get you to focus in on this product and buy it and spend your money that way. I think we're in Judge Dredd territory. Our country is a corporation. Don't believe me, our first flag was based off of the East Indian Company flag. Yeah. And slavery. It was basically the founding fathers didn't want to pay English taxes. So they said, fuck you. We start our own country. My friends didn't want to play Mario Kart with me anymore. She told my friend, her dad, that I sucked. Well, it's like, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. Or you take the Q train. That's the closest. Anyway, I think I'm just rambling at this point. I think this year was probably a setup for next year. I think there's going to be, like, whoever said it best, there's just going to be a whole bunch more fuckery this coming year. So, as always, keep your eyes peeled and don't stop caring about people. Don't become jaded in the fact where you just think the world sucks and you just want it to blow up with rocks like I do. I'm not trying to harsh anybody's buzz in that regard, but I do think the more they're going to try and control more people, but I think it's too late. I think people are starting to wake up now, and I think it may be too late for them to take over for real. There might be more people in the streets this year. I hope so, for the right reasons. It's hard to love a nation which refuses to love its people back. Yeah, unrequited love is what it is. And they don't even represent us. They represent the corporations. They represent the elites. So your House of Representatives, they're not your representatives. Look how many people AIPAC has bought off in Congress alone and in the Senate. Until we overcome those obstacles, folks, we're gonna have to deal with them. But we can deal with them together. I think so. But we just gotta stay strong, stay gold, pony boy. Don't fall to the dark side. Don't end up in those cults, man. Those cults, that's where they get you. That's how they get you. Once you're in a cult, and once your mind, your critical thinking skills are gone, you're just worshiping whoever it is. It's a politician. It could be some sort of indie personality, whoever it is. Just stop it. Use your critical thinking skills. Get out of that. Think about what's going on around you. And why it's going on around you too. And what you can do to stop it. It all starts in the neighborhoods. It all starts locally. And then blossoms countywide, statewide, and then finally nationwide. But it's got to start in the States. So I believe that's going to be it for me. We'll be back again Monday for our last episode of Morning Extra for the year. Might do a New Year's Eve show. Hadn't figured that out yet. I don't think we're going to do a New Year's Day Morning Extra, though. I think we're going to take off. We're going to skip for the new year. Unless there's some big breaking news or something like that. So we'll check that out. But otherwise, probably going to take that off. Yeah, and hopefully have more guests for you on ExtraBulla Live in the coming new year. Hopefully figure out this gaming situation, have some more gaming and stuff for you. Yeah, so I think this new year is going to be full of opportunities for people, but I also think it's going to be full of fuckery. Again, let's watch our sixes, as it were. Let's watch out for each other, and don't tolerate no lying fools. Somebody's selling you bullshit unless you got some plants you need, some fertilizer for. Probably don't take the bullshit. So, all right. If you could, like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you. If you can donate to the show, links are below. If you can't, no worries. If you can share out the links, that works too. We appreciate you. And stay warm if you're cold. Stay cool if you're warm. And just be cool, in general. Be excellent to one another, as they said in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Otherwise, we'll see you back on Monday. Have a good night, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. And see ya. Peace out.
There can be only one.
Nice to meet you. My name's Warren.